everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to try to dupe this ColourPop and Star Wars palette. This is Darth Vader and I have You Now. That's what it says right here. Sorry for the reflection, but I'm going to try to dupe this little 9-pan palette, and I have so many palettes. Excuse me. So many palettes right in front of me I thought would be nice. It looks like the first shade is a Super Shock Shadow. I'm gonna go to this one. So I snapshot these and let's see. Okay, the first shade is Stormtrooper, which looks like to me is a Super Shock. So as I am opening up the Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette, here is a nice Super Shock, which I thought would be good. It's called Diamond, and I have not used this shadow before. It's really light, but very pretty. Okay. So I was thinking about that shade, even Smoky Quartz could dupe it. Kind of looks like a similar shade. These are super soft. I barely go into this palette, but if you want like a more of a metallic shade, I think that would be a good one. So yeah, just have some pretty good shades in this palette. Even Moonstone has like similar shades in one palette. So I'm gonna swatch that. Could work. So I'm gonna move on to the second shade. So that was number 1. That I could, you know, it's not exact, but it's similar. So number 2 was Imperial Forces, which reminds me, like, I think the shade right here, this is meant to be in this Nightmare Before Christmas palette. And as people were saying, they kind of dupe their own palettes, so it's like a cool tone gray. So I thought that was a nice color to add into this. It kind of reminds me of the Empire, this shade. Oh goodness. This shade right here. So yeah, it's kind of similar. And then I have shades from the BH palette. This is the 2nd edition, so it's more of a matte. But there are some shimmers. So I was thinking like this gray shade would be nice. I have like so many similar shadows in my collection. I thought that would be nice, like a darker gray and then a shimmer black, because if you don't really have this palette and you have like other palettes, you can totally make your own and add more color. I thought that was nice, you know, that you can add more color to. Even this onyx color, I think that's what it's called. Thought that would be really nice to add that in as a palette. Then we have In My Bones. That could be nice color. Even this Halloween Town, it's like Halloween Town, that sparkly black. So, that's like purple and like blue. Very pretty. And then for the reds, I have, again, in the Kathleen Lights palette, I have this red. It's like more of a metallic. Then I have this main squeeze palette. And I thought Home Slice would be nice. The shade right here. I have not dug into this palette before, so pretty exciting. Those would be nice. So if you, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have monochromatic palette from ColourPop. Some people have The Nightmare Before Christmas. Not a lot of people have the BH. So the Kathleen Lights, some people have that shade, that palette. Then I come into the Misunderstood, and I was seeing Sing would be one of the shades. Not pretty. I thought that was a pretty shade to add on to this palette. So there's like so many variations of shades that I have that I was like, even this would be nice, because it kind of has like a gold color, but it's like more softer, and I don't think I have like a softer gold, but I thought that would be nice. So I haven't really seen, maybe like a softer would be this one. Seen this movie before. So that was a good shade. So these are really good shades to add onto this palette. There's so many options if you have any of these palettes. A lot of people have this one apparently. When they came back, in stock, I purchased this because I was like, man, I should have bought this first launch, and I didn't. So I thought like this shade would be nice to add on to the color story. There are a lot. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? These shadows are amazing. I love ColourPop. Then that one has like a sparkly red, but this one's like a matte reddish tone. I think that would be nice. It's kind of like purpley on my finger. It's probably purpley on there too. Kind of looks purple. But look at that. I think I have like all the colors plus more colors onto my hand. So just looking at that, I pretty much have a great dupe or similar palette on my hand. So I think that's pretty nice. So I'm going to create an eye look using any of these colors, and if I find any more colors. But I thought this would be a nice, you know, since I don't need to buy that, I have it. I have similar, maybe the same, because they, you know, recreate shadows. So what I'm thinking as a gray base, which I didn't typically see any ColourPop, but this palette, like this one, would be nice, and this one. Not a lot of people like this one, but it has unique shades in this palette I thought would work perfectly for this palette. So I know a lot of people are gonna buy the Star Wars palette because I guess everybody loves Star Wars. I haven't really seen Star Wars. So I'm gonna go into Meant to Be shade, because this was like on their last, you know, hurrah, because they're no longer gonna make this. I think it did poorly. Like not a lot of people purchased this palette, sadly. I had to purchase this just because of Nightmare Before Christmas is my jam. And I just thought, you know, it could be a lot of similarities in this palette for the Darth Vader one. I'm so glad I have a lot of memory on my phone, so yeah, I can make as many videos. I have so many videos saved right now as I am filming this. But once I post this, I probably won't have as much. But I'm trying to keep up because there is spring break, so within the spring break, this will probably be posted. In My Bones will be the next shade. This looks so similar as the Empire. So, it's like a grayish tone. I was gonna go one by one, but then I just got carried away because I had so many colors, and then I didn't want to make a longer video doing one by one. So I was thinking, like, once I see a shade, I just swatch it. If I see more, I'll swatch it and probably try it on. So that's what it looks like. Looks like I am the Corpse Bride. Dead, especially with my lip color. But that has like a dark shimmer, reddish black tone. I don't see that. I'm gonna swatch I Call It a Buzz. That is shimmer shade. These shimmers, I tell you. Look at that one. ColourPop is never messing around on their shadows. They are so nice. Ugh, just love it. So I don't really need to have the BH palette because I pretty much, with all these ColourPop palettes, and that's a ColourPop palette that came out, so I didn't really, you know, I don't want to have too much of different formulas. So going in, there's like so many colors I could choose from, so many. It doesn't have a matte black, but you know, people with like that do palette bingo typically do 2 palettes sometimes. I wanna do like this. It has so many colors. That is like a gray, like metallic, I think. I could be wrong. I did see swatches, but I did not like snap it. So I'm probably gonna go in with the shade Revenge in this ColourPop. Look at that. All of these are beautiful. I have so many to choose from, and I'm sure you do too. So I'm gonna put in that black from Misunderstood. Not a lot of people that I see have this palette. It's really good. This got discontinued, sadly. And it went down to $12. I should have bought a backup, but I have so many. I have not hit pan in this. I have so many shade like palettes. I just didn't need a backup of any other palette. So just going in the outer portion with this, I thought that was pretty. And this has a matte black as well, along with that blue. Like that, I didn't see the movie, but I think a blue would be nice to put in it. Like this matte blue would be pretty added on. I almost dug into that blue. That's like, wow. Gonna try to go up more with this shade. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Might be a long video, but duping is a lot of work. People just watch, but I like to do like an eye look just to get, you know, some good comparisons. Like this shade right here, very gorgeous. I'm gonna go in with Home Slice. I think that was Home Slice, so I thought that was pretty. So pretty much if you have this palette, you have the red. Just going all over the lid. Hopefully I don't need a glitter glue. But this is a pretty shade. Even if you have, you know, 2 of these palettes, I think they would work really well. I'm gonna use my finger just to get more pigmentation on it. I wanted to wear like a gray. I wasn't sure what palette to try on today, like to dupe, but I pretty much have this palette. It's really pretty. So I did not have to go in with the BH palette, which was really nice, to minus that palette. But I did have to go. So far, I don't think I went to So Jaded palette. I'm gonna swipe up the red. So pigmented. It might stain your eyes. I don't know if these stain my eyes. I know the last palette I think was Glam Light that I wore yesterday. Stained my eyes pink. So I'm gonna go and swipe this so it looks the same. Okay, so we're looking kind of the same. Okay, so I want to go into, they have a shimmer like reddish black. I kind of want to go into this shade, which probably a lot of people have this palette anyways, and that's what I like about duping, because you can just add more color and not just use one palette. Like they could have just added this. Okay, like Slith Lord, without the shimmer. This is the shade. And then with that black, it gives it a shimmer, so win-win. And then I want to kind of go use a Super Shock so I can close this palette. I don't think I dug anything out of my collection. So what I'm going to do is freely put on, because I think that's a Super Shock Stormtrooper. So I'm going to go in with this one. I have not dug into the shade before. Be nice if I cleaned the brush. That is really light. Super Shock is hard for me to use. It's like combining all the colors. So shimmery. So I don't think that was the good idea, the best idea I had. So now I'm gonna find this color. I think it's Smoky Quartz in this palette. Okay. A little bit better, I think. We'll see. That is a lot of shimmer. Okay, now I'm gonna go see where I can find that shade. I think it was C. Make it like a dark under eye. Okay. So with this theme, they went, you can't make like a ton of looks or they tend to look the same, in my opinion. I'm gonna go and use black in the outer portion, or all of it. So I only have blue in my project pan. I like to use project pan as much as I can, so I might just go in with black eyeliner all the way through. So you can't like do a lot of looks with this palette, I feel. So as I'm filming, they just released this palette, even though I'm gonna post it later. Probably when everybody has theirs after they ordered it. And I'm gonna hurry up and do my top lashes. So yeah, this palette is definitely, you don't need in your collection, but if you collect Star Wars and you're a Star Wars fan, of course you're gonna buy it. And this is like their third like Star Wars palette they came out with, I believe. So are you gonna buy it? Did you already buy it? Do you have it? At this moment you probably have it. But did you order it? Are you a Star Wars fan? I'm not a Star Wars fan. I haven't seen any of their movies that I can remember. But yeah. I thought that was like a fun, dark look. This is the look I created. Definitely don't need this palette. If I want like a red, dark, grungy look, using black grays, I can always use my collection. But yeah, this is Stormtrooper Imperial Forces Battle Station Gone Gatholic. I don't know. I am the Master, Death Star, the Empire, Dark Side, and Sith Lord. So those are the shades. Definitely don't need this palette because I have all of the shades. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment to my channel. Here are all the shades that I swatched, but so many similarities. And again, The Nightmare Before Christmas, so jaded. Squeeze, Hocus Pocus, Misunderstood. You don't really need this. I did not go into any of the BH, but to show you, I do have like those grayish tones in my BH palette. But yeah, mainly I used ColourPop, so it's like the same formula. And I really do enjoy this look. I thought it was pretty nice, but all I see is one look, kind of look in that palette. I have red all over. But yeah, this is the finished look. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment to my channel. Bye for now.